Hello, this is Ginny Brant with Unleash Your God-Given Healing with Lifestyle Changes. Today we're going to look at 10 ways to reduce our exposure to plastics. We learned in a previous video that microplastics are literally all around us, in the water we drink, in the food we eat, the clothes we wear, and the air we breathe. It's even showing up in our brains, cardiovascular system, kidneys, and in the reproductive system, and in placentas and breast milk. This video called Microplastics Are Everywhere will be referenced in the show notes below, so give it a look. As you can see, there's just no escaping microplastics, but we can reduce our exposure to lessen the impact on our bodies. So here are 10 ways to reduce our exposure to microplastics. Number 1, use glass, steel, or ceramic containers for eating, storing food, and cooking food. In our disposable culture, we tend to eat with plastic utensils and drink from plastic and styrofoam when we have plenty of stainless steel utensils, ceramic dishes, and coffee mugs that are safe to use. Our drive for convenience is killing us. It's also important not to microwave foods in plastic containers, as heat plus plastics only intensifies the leaching of plastics into our food. I first learned this tip from Johns Hopkins Medical Center. This well-respected medical facility has been warning people about this for years. I used to use a plastic cover to microwave my food. You may remember when those came out, but no more. I now microwave in glass with a glass top or put a paper towel on the top. What we cook our food in is also important. Glass, steel, ceramic, and cast iron cookware is best. My most popular video called Choosing the Best in Healthy and Non-Toxic Cookware will be referenced again in the show notes below. So let's look at some of these containers. This is what I store my food in microwave. I wouldn't use this plastic top, but these are important things to use. Number 2, filter your drinking water. Over 80% of tap water samples tested have microplastics in them. There was an article several years ago about microplastics in my former hometown of Columbia, South Carolina. Now, reverse osmosis is probably the best type of water filter to use in your home. This suggestion is your best way to reduce microplastics in your body as well as many other toxins. We have an activated carbon whole house water filter system, and then we have reverse osmosis at the sink. Number 3, use non-plastic cutting boards. With every cut from these boards, microplastics are getting into our foods. It took me a while before I realized this, and the research is clear. My video called The Overlooked Kitchen Utensil Proven to Release Microplastics will be referenced in the show notes below. I went from plastic to wood overnight after researching this issue. You can also use titanium steel cutting boards. Number 4, minimize the use of plastic wrap and plastic bags. If I do use a plastic sealed bag for storing homemade bread in the freezer or refrigerator, I wrap the bread in a paper towel or use chemical-free parchment paper first. I also use silicone tops with glass that I just showed you to store things in the refrigerator. Simply, folks, I've gone to good old glass. to store my pantry supply of wheat berries, as you can see. And here's something else that I use. These are silicone sealed bags for storing things in the refrigerator. Number 3, avoid plastic water bottles and plastic-lined disposable cups. In other words, simply do as the Europeans do. I carry these mugs or stainless steel containers with me with lemon water, smoothies, coffee, teas everywhere I go. It's a rare day when I use a water bottle. But, my, have things changed. I used to drink from water bottles literally every day. Again, these water bottles leach plastics into the water, and when they are warmed by the sun or heat, the leaching only increases. When you buy a case of water bottles, you never know how much heat that case has been exposed to. But then again, always keep in mind that your body's need for water is important. This means that if you get caught in a situation where you forgot to bring your own water container from home with your filtered water, bottled water is better than dehydration for sure. Think about that church picnic where you were so busy getting all the food together and the kids in the car that you forgot to bring your own water. Those times will come. So be sure you stay hydrated. Brew your coffee and tea in stainless steel and glass. I will never forget the day when my coffee brewer died, and I looked inside to see what the issue was and realized I was brewing my coffee in plastic. The water was being boiled in plastic, too. Many tea bags are also made from plastic. So now I buy loose leaf tea or tea bags only made from paper, and I brew my coffee and tea in glass containers or stainless steel. Number 7, limit synthetic clothing. To be honest, my closet was filled with polyester and polyester cotton mixture fabrics. Folks, realize that polyester is another word for plastics. These synthetic fibers are actually coated in plastics. Although I did not throw out all of my clothes containing these, I do limit my exposure by wearing all cotton at night when I sleep and when I'm detoxing, and intentionally wearing cotton when I work out and sweat. When washing polyester clothes, I put my washing machine on second rinse. My video on this called 8 Ways to Reduce Your Toxic Exposure to Fabrics will be referenced in the show notes below. According to Dr. Sherry Mason, the largest single source of microplastics in our environment is synthetic textiles. This includes clothing, which sheds microfibers during washing. Number 8, clean your home on a regular basis. Vacuuming and dusting can remove microplastics that collect in dust. Always use cleaning products which do not contain microplastics or toxic chemicals. This includes what you wash your clothes and laundry in. According to a study in Science Direct, microplastics are commonly found in household cleaning products, including laundry detergent. There will be a link below for the cleaning products and laundry detergent that I use, coming from a company called Brant Basics, with a code for a coupon. After a water leak in our basement, we had to rip out the carpet and start over with another flooring. All that construction work left microplastic particles in our basement. Every day after working, we literally vacuumed up all the particles we could get, including where molding and flooring was cut outside. After the entire renovation was finished, I placed my portable air filtering systems in the basement to collect the residue and made sure that the heating and air conditioning filters were replaced. The ones I took out actually had microplastics in them. Number 9, use plastic-free toiletries and cosmetics. It may be hard to believe, but these things can contain microplastics. These tiny plastic particles are intentionally added to products like facial scrubs, toothpaste, and makeup for exfoliation or creating a smooth texture. 90% of cosmetic products contain microplastics. Microplastics used in cosmetics include a wide range of synthetic polymers like polyethylene, PE, or PET, being some of the most common. Learn to read labels. We must realize that 70 to 80% of what we put on our skin is absorbed into our bodies and is circulated by our bloodstream. And last but not least, number 10, use a high quality salt that contains no microplastics. Now, what is the main source of salt? Believe it or not, it's the ocean. And most of our microplastics break down into smaller pieces, and where do they end up? Our ocean. So check your labels, check research on the salt that you use to make sure it does not contain toxic chemicals or microplastics. And here are 3 that I like to use. This is AB Jane's sea salt, which comes from Mexico, and it's ocean water, but it's inlet, so it's not contaminated. And this is Redmond's real salt from Utah, and then there is Celtic salt. We must realize that we live in a microplastic world, and we need to reduce our exposure. Plastics are everywhere we look. And if we can reduce our exposure and allow our body's filtering systems to work as God intended by staying hydrated, exercising, sweating, and eating whole foods with fiber, we will do far better. This allows our bodies to not take in more microplastics than we can excrete. Again, don't forget to look at the link to Brant Basics in the show notes below with the coupon. I hope that all of this has been helpful to you. We must realize that microplastics are a problem in our culture today. They make our life more convenient. There are some wonderful things about these plastics. However, when they get into our body through various means, it's not good for our body. The extent of damage to our bodies from these microplastics is not clearly known. There is some evidence that it can impact different parts of our bodies, but more research needs to be done. I hope this information has been helpful to you. I hope that you will click the notification bell so you will know when I post new videos, that you will subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, and share it with others, because we all need to realize that microplastics are all around us, and there are pretty easy ways to reduce our exposure. Until next time, here's to your good health with less microplastics. And may God bless.